On the 70th anniversary of Israel's independence, its celebration in Belize has been met with protest. That's because a goodwill gesture to provide training to local law enforcement in community policing has raised the ire of a handful of Belizeans. Led by Yasser Musa, an avant-garde in the artistic community, a group of men and women, including teachers and students, assembled in front of the Sir Edna Kane building in Belmopan, where Musa delivered the first of 3 signed letters at the office of the Prime Minister.
Well, we're out here as we said we would be. It's 3 o'clock, 3:01, and we just came, Katie Usher and I, the artists, just went inside to ask the police officers that are the security of the building if we could go and deliver the letter to the Prime Minister. They informed us that the Prime Minister is not in the country, and so we were given access to the secretary, which we presented the letter that we have written and that we have been petitioning Belizeans to sign on to. We have delivered that. On my way out, the police stopped me and asked if I had a permit or if there is a permit because they saw the crowd of people out here. I said yes, I showed them the permit and it was smooth. And so now we're out here, we're on our way to the Nemo building to present the letter to the Foreign Minister and then the National Assembly. And then after that, we're going to go over to the Police Training Academy.
Joining the demonstration at the Assembly building was Assad Shoman. The outspoken and often frank former ambassador shared a perspective on the issue, stating that Israel's treatment of Palestinians should not be countenanced by the government of Belize.
We have all seen on television how the Israelis treat the community that they have usurped in Palestine. So I don't know if we are expecting them to train snipers. That's what they do. When there's a protest of Palestinians, they have snipers from afar killing or maiming these people by the dozens, by the hundreds, maiming, you see. Israel is right now recognized by some Israelis themselves as a racist apartheid state. And I don't think that it is right for a country like Belize to support apartheid and to ask the terrorists to come and train our police. What do you expect will come out of that?
The uproar, from the point of view of those not in agreement with the training opportunity being provided to the Belize Police Department, is about Israel, a very close ally of Guatemala, gaining direct access to our country's law enforcement apparatus. Minister of State Elodie Aragon Jr. rejected that notion.
Well, I don't know about the controversy. I guess you'll have to ask them out there. What is happening here today is that we're going to have today is the launch of a course from, I think it's from today up to the 6th of July, or the 4th of July, sorry. It's about a 2 weeks course roughly in regards, or close to 1 week, but it has to do with the police and community training. It's about community policing, in essence. It's about imparting the knowledge for police officers to be better oriented in dealing with the community. That is what it's about. It's going to be training 15 police officers from countrywide, and it's also going to touch on 15 other personnel from other agencies, people from NDAC, people from the special constable part of the police, and also I think some media personnel are in there likewise, you know. So it all has to do with community policing.
While you will not acknowledge it as such, the controversy, at least on the part of those who are outside protesting, is the fact that you're proceeding with a government that has been considered to be very tyrannical, for lack of a better word, in terms of the way it's dealing with the Palestinians, and of course, its allegiance to Guatemala.
Well, you know, we deal with a lot of countries. You know, we deal with the United States, we deal with all kind of countries who have relations with Belize, and when it comes to training, this is community policing training that we are talking about. It is something to improve our police department. It is something that will improve relationship between the police and the community, and that is what is important to us. No?
Notwithstanding government's position, Shoman offered historical context for why the offer should not have been accepted.
Israel never supported the resolution that we put every year from 1975 to 1980 in support of our independence. In 1980, at last, we got the United States of America to support us. But still, Israel, which usually does what the United States says and vice versa, still Israel refused to support us. And they still did not, never did support any resolution for Belize's independence. And there's a reason for that, because it is because of Israel that the regime of Guatemala, the government, the military, was able to survive. Because in 1977, when Carter put up a ban against selling arms to Guatemala because of the human rights record as well as the situation in Belize, the government had nowhere to go and would have lost the war against the guerrilla, who supported us, by the way, supported our independence, and would have been unable to threaten Belize. But Israel stepped in and gave them all the weapons and training and everything they needed. So that there is a very close relationship between those two countries. And it remains until today, as you can see that Guatemala defied international law and moved its embassy to Jerusalem to please Israel.
Government has nonetheless proceeded with training of officers.
This issue in making a big issue in regards to community policing training that we are getting. We must understand Belize is a small nation. We get training from the Americans, we get training from the Mexicans, we get training from all aspects, all countries that are willing to offer, and we believe we can gain certain knowledge from. That is what we do, no? And that is where we are today. I don't see it as a major issue of concern. I think there are greater issues, like I told you, that they should be concerning, but this is Belize. This is a democratic country, and everybody has their right to protest and things like that, and that is why you can hear them out there, you know.
Reporting for News 5, I am Isani Cayetano.